Hey y'all, it's Kate from Love Story, and here to give a quick review on Reflections of a Wine Merchant on A Lifetime in the Vineyards and Cellars of France and Italy by Neil Rosenthal. I really enjoyed this book. I picked this book up, well, first I got this book because of my stepdad. He collects random books from the book bin at the dump and also from consignment shops, so I'm constantly getting boxes of books from him. And this is one of those random books that was on my TBR because of that. And I started reading it right now because of the Disney Games Challenge, readathon, something like that. DCG, Team Yellow, go Team Yellow. Our first challenge was to read a book that started with a letter from a random letter generator, and mine was R. So I picked this off of my TBR bookshelf because it started with R. And I actually ended up really enjoying this book. I gave it 3 stars because I have a hard time rating these kinds of books. It was good, but it wasn't like absolutely fantastic. But I learned so much about wine. Like, I knew that there was a lot went into making wine and vineyards and stuff, but I didn't know that much went into it. So in this book, we see all of these different relationships that Rosenthal has made over the years being a wine merchant. And we see, like, he became a wine merchant because his parents owned this wine shop in New York, and then he kind of took it over and then just like blew it up because he went and traveled to France and Italy, and also out to California when those were starting to get big, and talked to different vineyard owners and built relationships with different people in different wines. And I like how he kind of integrated his own personal story and the narrative in with the information about wines. And I just learned so much reading this book, and I especially liked how he kind of reflected on how some vineyards do better than others, and sometimes the big name vineyards aren't always the best. Just like with everything else, the big popular ones aren't always the best wines, even though they're the most popular and they make the most money. Sometimes those little quirky ones are actually the best ones. And he gives us, the people behind the wines and the vineyards too. We get to meet on page all of these people that make these fantastic wines, and see what makes them. And because what makes the wines is what makes the people, and the quirky wines are the quirky vineyard owners. And so I really enjoyed seeing that bit of it. I thought it was a good pacing of the book. It wasn't too long, and it gave you the information that you would want in a book like this. I love the title because it's a wine bottle, and the back is an upside down wine bottle, so that was just great. So like I said, I used this for both the Disney Challenge readathon for my random letter generator R, but also I realized that I could also use it for the reindeer games for my Christmas lights prompt, which it needed a book with red or green in the cover, and as you can see, this has both. So 2 prompts done with 1 book. And if you are a big wine connoisseur and you love learning about wine, especially wine from all over the world, and you like seeing the personal stories behind those wines, I highly recommend this book. It's a little bit older now. I think it came out in the early 2000s. 2008 it was published. But I recommend this book if you're a big wine drinker and you love to learn the stories about the wine. If you're just a wine drinker and you don't want to learn anything about it, then don't bother. But if you love learning about the history behind the wine or any kind of product and those people that make it, then I actually recommend this book. I had no expectations going into this at all, so I am very impressed and I loved it. And that's it for now, so keep reading. I'm going to move on to my next book, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you get notifications about all of our new videos, and tell all your friends about us because we're moving on up and our next goal is 200 subscribers now that we've passed 100. So keep spreading the word. I love you all. Happy holidays for whatever holiday you celebrate. Stay safe, and like I said, keep reading. See y'all next time.